Hello and welcome to my stream. Thanks so much everyone who's tuned in so far. Toby, thanks so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. How you doing? Callum, thanks so much for tuning in as well. Thank you so much for joining. And Dazza, thank you so much for tuning in as well. Hi Mike, can't stay unfortunately as I'm live myself for the game. Thank you for tuning in, Dazza, and I hope you enjoy your stream as well. It says I've only got one person live, which obviously cannot be the case because more than one person is in the chat. Anyway, thank you so much for everyone who's joined. I really do appreciate it. Hope you are all well. We'll have a look at the team lineups for today's game between Aston Villa and Manchester United. Martinez is in goal for Aston Villa. Cash, Konza, Mings and Target are the back four. Louise, McGinn, Traore, Barkley, El Ghazi and Watkins are the team for Aston Villa. Henderson, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw, McTominay, Fred, Greenwood, Fernandes, Pogba and Rashford is the team for Manchester United. So they've gone with quite a strong side, as you would expect. They've gone with they've gone with Fernandes, they've gone with Rashford, they've gone with Pogba, they've gone with those big names. So that is the side there. On the bench, players include Keenan Davis, El Mohammadi, House, Nakamba, Ramsey and Wesley, as well as Heaton is on the bench as well for Aston Villa. The Manchester United bench: Bailly, Cavani, De Gea, Juan Mata, Matic, Tellers, Tuanzebe, Van de Beek and Brandon Williams. Sanson and Trezeguet are both injured for Aston Villa, and also Manchester United injured is Daniel James, Phil Jones and Martial. Hi Mike, what did you think of Aguero's penalty yesterday? It's just one of those things that, sometimes you do daft things, and that was an extremely daft thing to do. I can, not be very dismissive of him. Everyone does these. Everyone misses penalties, and I think that's, would we be talking about it if he absolutely blazed it out the stadium? I don't think we would be. I don't think it would be a conversation we'd be having. It's just that he did something stupid. At the end of the day, if he scores that, he'd probably go on and win the title. So it's a big kick in the teeth for him for sure. But it is very an annoyance. But at the end of the day, they will go on and win the league, so it shouldn't matter too much, because it's going to be impossible for United to win all these games. Hi, Finley, I will get to your message in a second. Obviously, it's not going to happen, but imagine if Man City lose 2 of their last 3 games and draw one, and Man United won the rest of their games. Man United win the league. How much hate would Aguero get? I don't think he'd get a lot of hate, because he's a very good player, and he has been at his best constantly for Manchester City, and will go on to be one of the greatest players they've ever had, and also will be one of the best strikers we've ever seen in England in the Premier League for sure. So I don't think he'd get too much. I don't think that will happen, and I would be gutted for him if that did happen, but I think they will be fine. I think they will wrap it up at some point this week, whether it's today, whether it's Tuesday, whether it's Thursday, whether it's Friday. It will happen at some point this week. Thank you very much, June Ninja. Yo, hello mate, I haven't seen you since January. Yeah, so I started streaming I think a couple of weeks ago, and things are going really well, so I really appreciate you tuning in. And thanks so much to everyone who's tuned in as well at the minute. We're just going to talk about some of the games at the moment. Oxford have just gone 4-0 up against Burton, and they will be in the playoffs if things stay the same, because Accrington are beating Portsmouth at home. Aguero to partner Owen Doyle in League One next season, might actually score in a game involving Bolton for once. Joe, I think he doesn't need to score against Bolton. Congratulations, Jack, on promotion. Really pleased and chuffed for you. I'm looking forward to the League 2 playoffs, because I reckon it's going to be a side that haven't been in League 1 before, because Newport haven't. Sorry if you can hear a dog barking, by the way. Next door's got a dog there, and they leave it outside for ages. Newport haven't been in League 1, or at least haven't been in their current guise. Forest Green never been in League 1. Morecambe, as far as I'm aware, have never been in League 1 either.
Tranmere have been in League One recently. So I'm really interested to see how that goes. Congratulations to the other sides who have been involved in promotions. And Swindon have come from 3-1 down to be beating Wigan. Brilliant performance then. Hello, bro. I think that's tuning in. Ballum, how you doing? Manchester City usually have a good record away at Newcastle, so I think they'll win on Friday. That's it. A result will go their way. There's no way they're going to win the next 3 games that they're playing so quickly. And I don't want to get into, they shouldn't be playing all these games. Don't care. You're not getting a shred of sorrow from me, because this happens all the time in non-league, and they just get on with it. And it's not a good situation. It shouldn't be happening, but it is what it is. What's the Portsmouth and Charlton scores? So Portsmouth are losing 1-0. Charlton are currently 1-0 ahead against Hull. Hi Rich, I'm tuning in. How you doing? How have you been? Watched some of your TikTok. I watched a TikTok earlier of you. Forest Green Rovers then, the vegan club. Yes, the vegan club. Not that I have any sort of preference on who I'd want to go up. Keith Hill helping Bolton out by sending Tranmere down and keeping them down. Could come back up though, couldn't they, Jack? Swindon are relegated, unfortunately. Yeah, it was just a good win. Probably a good way to start the end of the season by coming up from behind. Shows good characteristics. Looks like Oxford have done enough here. So Charlton won't be sick, but no, as things stand, it will be Oxford. I will put my other headphone in just so I can keep up to date with what's going on over in the other games. Charlton has finished. Charlton have beaten champions, but there's nothing they could do. Oxford is either Oxford or Portsmouth. Got so much paper here. God, people would be ashamed of me if they could see my thing. Neil Maupay has been sent off in 97th minute, so a second sending off for Neil Maupay. I was so relieved Liverpool got over the line yesterday. Yeah, I did see a little bit of it, but I wasn't too bothered because I just got back from work. I was going to stream it, but I just didn't have enough time. We could do only what we can do. I have started work, by the way. Friday and Saturday I've been at my new job, and it's going very well. Leeds match yesterday was a good game. Brilliant performance. There it is. It will be Oxford United in the playoffs. Danny Cowley's Portsmouth will be in 7th place and will not be involved. So it will be a bad end of the season for Portsmouth. But you'd imagine next season they'll be all right. Nicky Cowley, Danny Cowley, I think they will do well. Bad day for Portsmouth. On another day, they would have won with fans in. Yep, but they haven't without fans, and they haven't had fans for the whole season. I think Portsmouth may have had fans in November time when we had fans, because I think Portsmouth was in the 2nd tier, however the tiers worked. Maupay's been sent off. Yeah, he's been sent off for foul and abuse of language, but I don't know what's gone on. Good luck. Start with your job. Good start with your job. Yeah, it's been good. I'm really pleased. If you haven't already, feel free to hit the like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. I think Portsmouth's downfall this season was Kenny Jackett. I honestly thought when he came in, he would get them into the playoffs, but that hasn't quite happened. But they are really pleased. Carl Robinson, who's had promotions before from League One, I think, with MK Dons, could then do it again. So if we have... Well, we will talk more about that after. Let's go into the game today, which we are watching, which I assume will be on 402. There it is. Kickoff is soon. One of the people I am at work with actually supports Aston Villa. Sorry, I missed your message. Opinions on the greatest escape ever? Honestly, I don't think it's the greatest escape ever, but I was hoping for Rotherham a little bit, just because they always go down. So I was hoping for Rotherham a bit, but that didn't quite happen. But very much a well done to Derby. I hope Wayne Rooney can build on this and go again next season and do slightly better under the tutelage of Eric Alonso. hopefully it goes a bit better. But you're quite negative about Rooney, so Rooney would have probably gone if you'd have gone down. So it probably isn't very good news for you. Oh, Spanish Grand Prix. I thought I'd change channel. Callum, one team I've always wanted in the Football League was Sutton. Looks like they could be in League 2 next year, hopefully. Yeah, they could potentially be in League. I feel like this is lying to me. Because it says there's 3 people watching, but we've got more of that in the chat, which is kind of strange. So yeah, if we have a look at them, I think Torquay or Sutton will go up because there's only 42 games this season, if I'm not mistaken. Right, I'll look for Torquay. 1, 2, 3. So they are only playing 42 games this season, so I think it will be quite difficult for Stockport, particularly if Sutton were to win that game in hand over Torquay. But I would like to see Sutton in there. Yeah, it'd be really, really nice to see someone different. And fair play to them; they've done really well. I think Goodman said that Rotherham probably would have stayed up if it weren't for their tight schedule due to coronavirus outbreaks. Yeah, potentially, but these things happen. It's the same for everybody. But obviously, some were more affected than others. You can't do anything or whatever. But yeah, tough for Rotherham. Tough for anyone who's had, Chris supports Carlisle, and they were big affected by postponements and stuff, and now have missed out. So it is tough, but the same restrictions are for everybody, and it's just how it is. Unfortunately, Rooney should still go 1 win in 15, a 70% loss record. That's quite bad, isn't it? Did you see celebrations with the players outside Pride Park yesterday? I did see something about it, yes, but I didn't watch it in great detail, so don't ask any further questions, so I won't know. But yes, good to see. It's good to see. It's weird seeing celebrations of staying up, isn't it? I find it quite strange, particularly if you're like a big side, like Derby, who've been very, very close to playoffs consistently over the last few years, and suddenly they've dropped down. Why are you celebrating staying in a league where you should be doing better? I find it quite strange. I wouldn't celebrate it if, for example, if Hereford survived on the final day in the National League, well, I'd be thinking, well, we're better than that. We shouldn't be celebrating staying in this league. We should be trying to go for promotion. So I'm not sure how I feel about it. There were teams who suffered from them having bloody pitches. Yeah, that's it. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. It's the same, mainly same problem. Players are coming out. Manchester United are wearing the zebra print today. So where we are, celebrating staying up is, for me, is understandable if you were favourites for relegation. Yes. That's it. At the end of the day, right, if Wickham would have stayed up, that's an incredible thing to happen. If Wickham would have stayed up, and I think they would have stayed up a few more games, I reckon Wickham would have stayed up, which is incredible. However, they did eventually get relegated. Oh, Hereford just got mentioned on the TV. Oh, weird. Dean Smith, former Hereford defender, of course. Then yeah, but if you have a bad, like for example, Sunderland would be a good example, right? When Sunderland got relegated, if they'd have stayed up, would they have celebrated surviving in the Championship? It wouldn't. It doesn't fit right for me somehow. I have the same opinion. My second thought, for a second, I thought we just got promoted with 100 points. That's just exactly what I mean. I don't understand why the celebrations are so big for these things. Obviously, promotion's always nice. It's nice to succeed. But unless you've been in the mire quite a lot, I just find it strange. A club like Derby should not be in a relegation battle in Championship, which we should be in the Prem. I'm not sure it should be in the Premier League, but certainly should be the higher echelons of pushing for promotion at least. Wickham should still be proud that they finished 22nd and 1 point behind the line. It's so disappointing for them. I'm gutted for them. So here's the Manchester United side. Henderson is in goal for Manchester United. Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw, McTominay, Fred, Pogba, Fernandes, Greenwood and Rashford. Side for Aston Villa, Martinez, Cash, Konza, Mings, Target, Louise, McGinn, Traore, Barkley, El Ghazi and Watkins. Is there a full-time? There's no full-time come through as of yet at Wolves, but I imagine it Wolves not stay there. St. Troy, hi, haven't talked in ages. Hi St. Troy, how are you? Is it the Saint or is it a different Saint? Let me know. Hope you've been good. I've been really, really well. I've just changed jobs and I'm enjoying my new job. Felt for Wickham, have gained massive respect for them. Hope they bounce back. Yeah, they've done really well. Because Sunderland can see Sunderland staying down. Person, it'd be gutting for them if they go down again, won't it? It will be really, really disappointing. Really disappointing. I've not seen a full time. It must be full time, right? But it just hasn't come through on the video printer. Yeah, it's full time. I can't see it on here. But yeah, Sunderland have the most pressure to get promoted in the playoffs. Lincoln have the freedom, so I'll be interested to see the League One and how Sunderland and how Lincoln City. I think it's full. Yeah, it is full time. Right. Yeah, I suppose if we're, it could be interesting. Yeah, Lincoln would be looking to try and win it. Obviously, Oxford have crept in. It would be interesting to see. It's quite tough to call for me. So it just hasn't come up here, which is really, really strange. But here is the knee, of course. Premier League / report racism. If you see any racism that you need to report. And we are underway. Oh wait, no, he decided not to. Come on, Ref. Underway. Just need to change the half text. There we are. First half is underway between Villa and Manchester United. Who do you think would be best for Celtic? Who do I think would be best for Celtic? Something like Eddie Howe I think would be pretty good. I suggested Lampard as well. It's a difficult one. I think it'd be hard to find anyone better than oh sorry, I missed your message about Hereford, didn't I? You messaged that earlier. I just right, okay. I think they've struggled to find anyone better than Brendan Rodgers, and that's who they're really replacing. Neil Lennon wasn't that good. I can see Blackpool doing it in the playoffs, considering the record in the playoffs of the past. Yeah, they won the League Two playoffs. I remember them winning the Championship playoffs as well under Ian Holloway against Cardiff. But, a lot of people have been moved in and out since then for sure. I can see Blackpool doing it in the playoffs. Are Hereford in the National League North? Yes, they are. Blackpool aren't too bad either. Hereford are in the FA Vase or something in 2 weeks. The FA Trophy, the better of the two. You're going to that. You should do a match day vlog for that. I'm not going for that, and I tell you for why. I'm not going to watch my team at Wembley because we only have 3,000 tickets to sell. And I haven't been to watch Hereford because of the move and the COVID and whatever. So I haven't actually been able to watch them. So therefore, I think it would be unfair and selfish of me to get a ticket and someone miss out who has been to the games a lot more than me. Mopé was sent off after the final whistle. That would explain why it didn't come up. So it could have come up before. There it is. It did come up. Right. Okay. Steve Mounier has scored for Brest in Ligue 1. I hope it's yeah, it is. I don't want the crowd noise. So yeah, I just don't think it's fair for me to. Do you know what I mean? Imagine being like a United fan, and you go to every single game, and then you want to get a ticket for the Champions League final or the Europa League final in this case, and then you don't get able to play. You have to play. You have to watch on the TV because someone from London who doesn't go gets a ticket. You'd be really annoyed. Yeah. What did you think of the madness that was the Euro American Soccer League? So you mean the Super League? Yeah, I didn't like it. Obviously, it doesn't affect me too much. And I understand why they want to have... It sounded quite interesting. It sounded really good. But unfortunately, when you're offering a very much closed set of teams to be able to play each other constantly, and no other teams can really get in, and they choose the teams to get in, it's not what we want. There's nothing stopping Barnsley from going and winning the Champions League, and that's what we like. There's nothing stopping Colville Town going from whatever league they're in, which should be probably level 7 or level 8, and going and getting an investment, going up through the leagues, winning the league, beating Manchester United, and winning the Champions League. Without the tournament, with the tournament they were suggesting, Colville Town can't do that. Therefore, not good. That's not what we want. So yeah, it's a closed idea. It would be a lot more games as well. They didn't think about anyone else but themselves. They just thought it would be fine to just go ahead and do this. What were they expecting? Rashford, Greenwood tries to put it in but can't do it. Lille won Friday, so there is a close title race there in France. It sure is. It would be great to see Lille win the Ligue 1. If Wigan Swindon game was a big game, as in big derby, Sheffield Wednesday, in terms of what was at stake for both clubs, it would have been definition of final day drama. It would have been, but unfortunately it wasn't. But still a brilliant win for Swindon. That would be good. Yeah, poor old Swindon. They were already down. Bruno Fernandes, Fred, Herrera goes out wide. It's amazing that Man United are second, but you think about Chelsea's best team. Most of them probably wouldn't get into the Chelsea team, and do you know what I mean? It's weird how stuff like that works. Like Henderson, probably not, and you go up the list as well. Fernandes will probably get in, and Pogba, but not too many. It's the same for like every side, like. City side, you'd have like 3 maybe from Liverpool, like Van Dijk, Robertson, and maybe Salah. Shaw's shot is saved, and then the other way round, you probably have like 3 again. You'd probably have the midfield. Do you know what I mean? That doesn't make a lot of sense that only 3 would get in from each side, even though it should be like more from one side. Probably a defender as well. Pogba's shot is saved. If you haven't already, feel free to hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for everyone who's tuned in so far. I think it's going to be a quiet stream, but we will continue anyway. It's windy here, but it is hot, so the window is open. Arsenal fans deserve to be where they are because of Rob Holding. Gives us congratulations for our promotion, game for our youth, and all Arsenal fans do is abuse them. Is that true? That seems quite strange because Bolton are playing in League 2. So, is that on Twitter or was it on Instagram? See, it's not anything to do with. It's not anything to do with Arsenal. So why are they? I don't understand what. I just think it's so unneeded. It's so unneeded. Like that's really. That's what they're talking about. At the end of the day, you can't put anything without being dogged down with abuse. It's really, really bad. Really, really bad. We have a massive problem with abuse in general. And I think it's worse than it was because, you think about 15 years ago. It wasn't much a it wasn't, we didn't have access to the players as much as we do now, which is really, really bad. Arsenal fans deserve to be where they are. I've already on. Thoughts on Aguero's fantastic penalty yesterday? Yeah, he's done something stupid. There's no doubt about it, but it is what it is. It is what it is. There's nothing can be done about it. It was a very, very silly mistake, and I'm sure he won't be doing it again. I always think you should smash it as hard as you can, or never do that. Never do that. And even if you're Andrea Pirlo, you don't do that really. You should just try and score. Pogba plays a 1-2 and away by John McGinn. On his Twitter, yeah, it's just a night. It's just horrible. It's horrible. Rich and Clutch Jr. back in. There are just some proper horrible people on football Twitter in general, really. Yeah, definitely. Some horrible people on here as well, but a lot of them are nice, and that's what we need to remember. But unfortunately, right? Nice comment from Rob Holden. But I won't be commenting on it. Nothing to do with me. I'm a nice person. Do Arsenal fans not understand that he's praising the club that made Holden play? Yeah, because they just think that somehow the world revolves around Arsenal and doesn't realise that people have lives. If I was on here and I said that Man United would lose 28-0 in the Europa League final against Villarreal, and somebody clipped it, and then it went all over social media, and then they won, they'd be like, you got it wrong. Do you know what I mean? You can't make a mistake. How many times have people been wrong? Hundreds of times throughout the season. Hundreds of times. But as soon as someone makes a comment and it's like watched and taken and then the opposite happens, it's like, you said this. People can change their opinion, man. Yeah, it is horrible. I think it's just, there's no need to abuse anyone, no matter what they do. I think fair enough if you want to boo someone when you're playing football. If they're playing football, just say I wanted to boo Ross Barkley because he left Everton in interesting circumstances. Then fair enough. He knows why he's getting booed. He's getting booed because he left, right? No doubt about it. But if you start giving him abuse on Twitter, particularly things that happened years ago, weird. Distance yourself from negativity and beauty will happen. Yeah, definitely. But sometimes negativity is just people. I think people can be very negative and very horrible. So it is what it is. It's just how it is. I'm not a big fan of. I think it's weird. It will get to a point where corner for Aston Villa. Here's Traore. Barkley targets ball in and no one there. It'll get to a point where how people can have their Twitter mentions and they can have it so only people they tag can reply or people they follow. It will probably get to that. It will probably get to a point where you can no longer comment on footballers or celebrities posts. I think that's where it's going. I think that's what will happen in the future. And also, how bloody strange is it that you can just contact anyone on Instagram that's public? Why? There should be an option for you to turn it off. For sure. There's been weirdos from Arsenal and Spurs football Twitter commenting on Bolton tweets saying things like small club and poor club with notifications on for every tweet as well. But what's that got to do with Bolton? I don't understand how Arsenal and Spurs is anything to do with League 2. Very strange. Majority of people on Twitter are nice. Unfortunately, a few idiots. Yeah, it is a few idiots, but that doesn't mean it should be swept under the rug. Do you know what I mean? I'm not a big fan of just being like, it's a minority. But if the minority keep vocalising, then obviously there's some sort of issue, right? Corner kick to Aston Villa. Targets ball in. Headed away. I think it looks like it was Maguire. Douglas Louise plays it back to Matty Cash. Matty Cash looks a little bit like Grealish, so I used to get confused, but Grealish is playing today, so there will be no issue there. Only those who follow. I don't understand why people... I've not commented on anything to do with... The last tweet I sent to a football player was to Sam Clucas in like 2013. 2012 it was. Yeah, 2012. And it was against AFTV Yeovil, because Sam Clucas, I'm sure all you know who Sam Clucas is a championship footballer who's played in the Premier League, and when he came to Hereford he was absolutely terrible. I'm sure he won't disagree with that. Anyway, he played really well, and I thought, I'm going to message him because I feel like he's probably never had any praise in his life while he's been at Hereford. So I put, well played today, Sam, you played really well. And he replied, thanks mate, appreciate it. And then he goes on and becomes a Premier League footballer. Now, I'm not saying I played any part in that. No jokes, of course I didn't play any part in it. But it probably was really nice to have someone be like, really well played today, Sam. Do you know what I mean? And it probably made him feel quite good, because he was probably feeling quite crap. Because he was really, really bad in his first season. And he went on and had a great season. He moved to Macclesfield, and then moved to Chesterfield, then moved to Swansea, and then Stoke. They hate people like Goldbridge and DT receivers. Uncalled for. Keep your family out of it. Yeah, definitely. There's no need to bring people's families into it. Like, I'd be quite upset if, I take it personal anyway. So if somebody was like, you've got weird hair, I'd be upset. But if somebody was commented on, my sister, then I find it quite weird. And I would be very, very upset, because they're nothing to do with this. Do you know what I mean? They haven't done anything. If I say something to disagree with, just say I said I want everyone from Derby to get relegated until the end of time, then that's what I've said. It's nothing to do with anyone else. But yeah, it's not nice. Notice how, as well, all Arsenal fans given holding abuse, the vast majority of them had players as their profile pictures. I think it's just probably like a young thing to do. Here is Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, and it's out for a goal kick. Major Man, thanks so much for tuning in. How you doing? Everyone likes a bit of banter, especially in football. Just leave it there. Yeah, it's one thing. Me messaging Jack, like the other day, right? This is a genuine conversation that happened between me and Jack. They Bolton were on the verge of promotion against Exeter, and they conceded a last-minute goal to be defeated 2-1. So I sent a GIF to Jack of a Ferrari or some sort of Formula 1 car and all the wheels coming off. Right? That's funny. Do you know what I mean? That's sort of what you want. Like that's a joke. I'm sure Jack took it as a joke. And I would never mean to cause any offence. But if I was like, your team's so shit and you're always going to be crap and you live in a, this crap area and whatever, then it's just insulting. So, it's all, there's always somebody who supports a better side than you, and there's always somebody who supports a worse side than you. Some people support, like, Blythe Spartans, who have been bottom for the last 2 seasons and not gone down. And then someone supports Hebburn Town, or someone supports, whoever. But there's also those who play who support the top teams as well. DT is an idiot. The other day at work, I was like, someone was like, "Oh, who do you support? You're into football. Who do you support?" And I said Hereford, and he said, "Oh, you support proper football." And he wasn't like, "Oh, they're crap." So yeah, Hereford might be crap. They never started a Super League to try and banish football. DT is an idiot. I would say worse, but I can't swear here. He is very divisive, I would say. However, there's still no need to abuse him, but he is very, very divisive. Very divisive. So corner to Aston Villa. Mings is there. Watkins is there. Konza is there. Those two come up to the top. Up to... Here it comes. It's gone all the way through. Hi, Major. Back, had to do something with my headphones, so I heard a lot of... Glad to hear that new job is all right, thank you. But I think Rashford, Cavani, Pogba, Bruno, Shaw and Wan-Bissaka get into Chelsea's team. Let me get Chelsea's team up and prove you wrong. Right, that's interesting. That's interesting. Right. So you'd have Kante, wouldn't you? Right? I'd probably have Reece James. Cavani's an interesting one. Rashford, I don't think would play for him. It's interesting, isn't it? It's all based on a lot of different things. But yeah, I do understand your point totally. I'm fine, thank you, Major. Most of football Twitter never seem to realise that football exists below the Premier League. Yeah, but I genuinely think if I supported Manchester United in '99 and they won the treble or any sort of thing that's happened, and then I supported, I don't know, Lincoln when they knocked out Burnley, I don't think the feeling of winning the treble is anywhere close to Lincoln knocking out Burnley or Northampton knocking out Liverpool in the League Cup, or Oldham knocking out Liverpool in the FA Cup. I think that's a better feeling than anything you can do in the Premier League. That's just my opinion. Doesn't mean necessarily those things aren't good. But, you know, because those things are so few and far between, like you can win the Champions League every year. Most of football, people accuse him of being a wife beater, and that's just not... Yes. He's a very aggressive person, but you can't go round accusing people of that. I'm sure that is very much slander, isn't it? So, yeah, very, very, very not on. But I think what happens is someone says something and then it just all cotton on. It's not nice, and it must be very, very upsetting for everyone who's involved. If Liverpool don't bring any new forwards, Chelsea will win the league next season. But surely City will get better, right? City will sign a striker. City might sign like a left back. The danger is if City improve, I guess, as well. If Foden becomes better. If De Bruyne becomes better. If Laporte, Stones, Diaz all become better. If Edison somehow becomes better. However, I think Chelsea will be very, very much a danger next season, as will Liverpool, as will Chelsea, as will Manchester City. I think United will have to improve, I think. I think they could fall down the table a bit next season. So did anyone watch the Championship? Lots of interest in there. Obviously, we've talked about it a bit. Man City desperately need a new right back. What makes you think that? I think you mean left back. I think that's what you mean. You put right back, but you definitely mean left back, because Mendy's a left back. Greenwood, looking for Rashford, and Target does very, very well. Yeah, they probably do need one. Mendy and Zinchenko aren't up there with us. I think Zinchenko's actually okay. I think he's done really, really well. Mendy's been a really terrible buy, and I think they could do with someone else. Definitely someone else. I'd rather see him go and bring in someone else. I'd like to send maybe Chilwell there, but obviously that's not going to happen. But they need to have a think about left back, because that's a problem where they clearly don't want Mendy, I don't think. Scottish semi-final today, because St Johnstone are in the semi-finals, aren't they? Or in the final? They beat... they're playing right now, St Johnstone, St Mirren. Because they beat Rangers, didn't they? Is it me, or if you're a neutral predicting the league before the start of the season, one of the hardest teams to predict can be a team who got promoted after suffering back-to-back relegations? It's hard predicting any league for any side. There's so many things. Like, for example, right, Liverpool, I thought would win the league again. Yeah. And And then a few weeks into the season, Van Dijk gets injured. And that just changes everything, doesn't it? Even though it didn't change everything for a while, it did change the whole. Liverpool definitely need to freshen up a lot. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of players they could move out and move in to become better. I think it would be interesting to see what would happen if Liverpool were to underperform again next season. Would John William Henry bite the bullet and sack Klopp? I don't know. I don't think that'll happen. Merson and Stenham were having heart attacks. It sounded brilliant. I checked at half time and it was 1-0. And I was like, what the bloody hell went on? Because I saw it was 3-3. Oh! Bertrand Traore has just absolutely hammered the ball into the net. And it's 1-0. I totally didn't think anything was coming of that, but Aston Villa have taken the lead. McGinn wins the ball. It falls to Fred. Fred gives it to McTominay, who gives it away. McGinn wins the ball. Luiz picks it up, gives it to Traore. Lindelof wins the ball, but he ends up back into the feet of Traore, who absolutely hammers it. It's rifled into. There's no background music. That's weird. Is that better? Let me know. Absolutely brilliant strike, and it is 1-0 to the home side. Oh, hang on, I've really moved it up. Right, 1-0. Unbelievable. I was not expecting this, but they just reminded me that they have a brilliant record. Brilliant record from coming from behind. Brilliant record. Absolutely fantastic record. And it's something that can really be turned around quickly for Man United. Nothing. That's weird. It says that it should be playing. Now? Let me know. Right. At least Arsenal's perspective, Kroenke won't be getting. It is just going quiet now, so. At least Arsenal's fans' perspective, Kroenke won't be getting extra money for at least a year from European football. Yeah. I only want it slightly in the background. I don't know why it's so quiet. I'm not sure. I'm not literally really unsure why it's so quiet. Don't worry about it though. I think it's something to do with. Is that better? Let me know. Right, okay. So, title heading into the blue side of Manchester if it stays like this. Yeah, it is, and they need to get their ass into gear, really, Manchester United. It was a really nice goal from Traore. Because he was at Chelsea, wasn't he, Bernard Traore? Years ago. And I think one day he played in the friendly and he scored 3 or 4 goals and he played really well. But they couldn't have him because he didn't have a work permit and he kept going out on loan. If an American took over Bolton, I'd personally not be looking forward to their reign at all one bit. There's been no good American reign as far as I can think of. Is there? Let me know. Because obviously Glazers have been awful. John W. Henry has been good and bad, I would say. George Gillette and Rob Hicks? What's his name? Tom Hicks. What was his name? Hicks and Gillette. They were terrible as well. Stan Kroenke has also been awful. Sunderland had American owners recently too. What happened there? Henry lost our trust now. Yeah, definitely. It is really tough to see how this. I'm sure it can be mended with titles and stuff, but you have to put some money in. You have to make a few big signings, because if it's the same sort of sell to buy that they've been doing for the last few years, with big moves, it will be interesting. Right, corner kick to Manchester United. In it comes from Luke Shaw, headed away. And here's Wan-Bissaka. But some LSC fans were very quick to forgive. The thing is, right, there are some people, Saint, who will just follow the club no matter what. There's nothing you can do about them, right? When at Hereford, when we had the boycott, fans still went because they couldn't bear to be away from watching the side, right? So you'll always have these crazy fans who will follow blindly. I'm sure there's some Man United fans who don't think the Glazers are too bad, particularly when they were very, very good. Now, we obviously know that it's not the case that they've been hating them for just because they've been not playing very well, because it has been before that. Whether it did go dead a little bit, I think it was just because nothing came of what they were doing. Look at Eric Alonso's Twitter account. It looks a bit odd. It does look a bit odd. Hopefully he's very passionate. Hopefully it is just that, yeah. Americans don't understand the English game at all compared to their game. I don't think the MLS and the system in America will ever adapt to our way of playing football, because it doesn't make any sense. It's like, right, okay, so instead of being in the league and getting 100 million every year, we're going to have the potential to go down? That doesn't make any sense. But I'm not a big fan of it. You just buy your way in. That seems absolutely bonkers. But it's their way of doing things. They can do it any way they like. Americans don't understand the game at all. No, they don't. It's just a completely different game. Obviously, they understand it, but I think they want to be guaranteed money. So, like, Kroenke is there for money. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Here's El Ghazi. Puts the ball in, looking for Watkins, and into the hands of Dean Henderson. Unless it's just a business and isn't competitive. Yeah, because at the end of the day, right, it's basically the equivalent of having 24 teams in the league, having 2 relegations. So we'll go to League 2, for example, and those teams start on minus 60 points. There's no chance of anyone else staying up, going down. So you basically just, and then, sort of September, you haven't picked up any points all season, but everyone else is miles behind. So you're basically just there's nothing to play for. How boring is it when there's nothing to play for? This is why I'm a big advocate for the National League playoff system, and I think it should be put into the Football League as well. I really do. Super League, for example, if it went ahead, you could lose 12-0 every game and you'd still be there forever. Yeah, exactly. What's the point? Obviously, the point is to make money, but what gratification is there for a fan to watch just to lose? Arsenal are so crap that they would just lose at pretty much every game. Obviously, they wouldn't lose every game; they'd win a few, but it would just be really, there'd be no point in being there, really. We never know who would have joined if it would have gone ahead. I think Benfica were interested. Watkins is fouled by McTominay. No, we don't want that sort of system. We don't want that sort of system. The League Cup's a closed shop, but every league has a League Cup, unless it's abolished, like the National League one. They all brought it back. Maybe the League Cup should be like group stages instead. Right, because that way you can get rid of more teams quicker. That makes sense, doesn't it? But again, would you be playing more games? Ghazi's ball in, Bruno Fernandes, and it will be away by Fred. There's players out there as well who didn't make it to the Prem from big clubs youth, but are building up the pyramid, e.g. Jamie Vardy and Chris Smalling. Yeah, at the end of the day, there's no need to, just because you don't make it. Some people are really, really good when they're young, and then they stop developing. That happens. Or some people haven't fully developed and they get released and then have to come up all the way through, like Jamie Vardy. It's just one of those things. One of those things. Here is Mark Greenwood. Mason Greenwood, isn't it? And into the hands of the goalkeeper. So we are just over half an hour in, and it is 1-0 to Aston Villa. And as things stand, it will be a third title in 4 years for Manchester City. And that would be devastating for Manchester United to hand another title to their City rivals. The League Cup at least has a very slim chance of playing in the exact same teams every year. Yeah, but it is quite closed off just because only 2 sides are going to be different each year. But there's going to be 2 different sides each year. But it is just a League Cup, not the FA Cup, is it? So there's no other. We'll have a look at the other games taking place just so I can let you know. I forgot that was a thing. There's a few games kicking off in the Women's Super League. I think France has a game. France have a few games. My girlfriend's gone for Nice to beat Brest, so hopefully that happens. Nice Brest. Serie A have a few games as well, none of any sort of interest. There we are. Here is Fred. I don't think we've got any United fans in here, but Fred, is he highly rated? Because he seems to be involved pretty much every week, doesn't he? Bayern Munich won 9 in a row. I think you'd imagine with Nagelsmann going in there, they will probably win that 10th one. Pogba! Oh, brilliant from Bertrand Traore, and he wins the ball and is fouled in the process. Brilliant by him. I don't think we've ever had such domination here, which is good. I think I remember, certainly in the Premier League era, United have won 3 a couple of times, but no more than that. But apparently that wasn't ruining football, but if City were to win 3 and 4 years, it's ruining football. In the Super League, why do Americans think clubs have the right to play in the top? Because of their size and income. Like, if you want to be at the top, you have to earn it. Yeah, at the end of the day, right, if I like someone I know, for example, who maybe come from a low income, and then someone who is privately educated, they should have the exact same opportunities to go to the same universities and to succeed in whatever career they do, and that is something that I'm quite passionate about. However, sometimes they think they can just be like, yeah, if you're Eton educated, you seem to have more opportunities, which isn't good. It should be the same for everybody, and you should earn your right to be there, not have people, for example, if my dad was Boris Johnson, I'm sure I'd be more open to getting a job than if my dad was, I don't know, anyone. I'm just a regular person, Joe Blogs. Just how it is. 3 is max in England, with only 4 and 3 clubs achieving it. Yeah, so 3 is. I think Huddersfield 1 and 3. It's just one of those things where 3 is. You don't want to see any club win 3 in a row, really. And we haven't seen in the last sort of 15 years since Man United did that 3. We've only seen a double twice. Obviously, City in the last few seasons have done that. Who's Bruno Fernandes looking for Shaw? Cashed us well. It comes to Rashford and McTominay and Rashford. And McTominay. Bruno Fernandes and Rashford shot is straight at Fernandes. And Martinez even. So yeah, it does happen. But Steve Munier scored for Brest. It does obviously happen. You can never stop a side from dominating. But we don't want to see it just constant. Like Celtic did 9 in a row. I think it was very similar with Juventus as well. They've won a bunch, but Inter Milan have just won the title. I think it was last week it was confirmed, which is much better because we want to see a more competitive league. Even if City went on and won the title next season, as long as it was competitive, I wouldn't really mind. Or if Liverpool would have won it this season, but it was wall to wall of action and it was like last minute for the title to swing either way, then I'd be more open to the league. But if it's just one side just running away with it, then it's not as interesting, is it? That's not what we sign up for. Cons are away. Fred. Greenwood shot, saved, and Konza gets it away. Reminds me of Grimsby and Southampton saying they shouldn't be relegated due to current circumstances when the reason they were going down because they were worst 2 teams in Super League in the league. Yeah, well, the thing is, that would be fine if National League had quit and cancelled their season, abolished their season, expunged the results or whatever. However, that's not happened, so 2 sides need to go down, really. If Juve would have beat Porto, who would have won, Juventus or Chelsea in the quarters? Mr. J, thanks so much for tuning in. I think Chelsea have been very, very good under Thomas Tuchel. They've beaten Simeone, they've beaten Zidane, they've beaten City twice. So they've done very, very good. So I think it would probably be Chelsea. However, I don't watch enough of Juventus to say, but I would say Chelsea in that one. I think next season Leeds will go up in the top 6. Potentially they could. My dad was saying that maybe Leeds, Tottenham should try and sign Bielsa as manager. I thought it was quite an interesting one. If they weren't relegated, then it would be extremely unfair on those teams coming up from League 2. Yeah, definitely. What's your favourite fruit? My favourite fruit is, I really like tomatoes. I didn't like tomatoes when I was younger, but recently tomatoes are just brilliant. But proper fruit, I don't know. I quite like strawberries. I'm a Juventus fan. Nice. We were awful. We are awful. Chelsea would win easily against us. So yeah, that's sort of what I was thinking, really. Still have some very, very good players like Ronaldo and Dybala, etc. However, it's not been a very, very good season, and I would be very intrigued to see what would happen if they weren't to get in the... Because it's tight, isn't it, Mr. J? It's tight at the Champions League spots. And there's a game tonight, isn't there? Juventus AC Milan. That's massive. That's a massive game. Lose that and it could be very tough for them to qualify. Here's Rashford out wide. Wan-Bissaka's ball in. Konza does brilliantly. He's down and it will be a head injury, so they're having to stop the game. Good chance for Man United there, but nothing can go on. If Bielsa leads to possibly retire, who would be a good choice to replace him? I don't think anyone would be a good replacement for someone who's done so well. But it would be very tough. My favourite is strawberries. Yeah, strawberries are nice. I used to have these like fruit pots from Tesco. Because the Doctor said I should eat more fruit while I was feeling a bit poorly, so I did. Not sure what I think about this season, but next season League One finishes a week earlier than Championship and League Two for some reason. That's strange. How weird. That won't happen after he's done with Leeds. He said could be his last job, but surely the chances of Tottenham might be interested in him, right? I don't think that would happen. I think they'll go with someone else, but it's an interesting scenario. Later is AC Milan, who ever wins will be top 4 with Inter, Atalanta and Napoli, I think. Because I'm not sure if you've heard of him, but I used to absolutely love watching Serie A. There's a show on BT Sport called the European Football Show, and somebody called James Horncastle, who's an Italian football expert, I used to really like that, who scored for Villa. Hi, Essential Esports, how you doing? It was Traore who scored in the 24th minute with a lovely finish. Don't forget that his family lives in Argentina and he must miss them a lot. Yeah, but surely if he's living in Leeds or London, it doesn't make any difference. He's still in the UK. You know, if my family lived in Australia, right, I wouldn't then decide, well, I'm not going to move to Manchester because it's going to affect my family. You know, obviously, I totally understand your point, but the decision to leave Leeds for Tottenham is not going to be impacted because he's still going to be just far away, probably closer, right? Because you get a direct, or you'd have more chance of getting to Argentina quicker. It was saying we got promoted from League One 4 years ago. That's so weird. So weird. I've never heard of that. It's been really quiet, but if you are enjoying the stream, feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. Would really appreciate a subscribe. He won't go to Spurs. No, I don't think so as well. It was just a scenario that my dad put out. I don't think so either. I think Pirlo will get sacked and Juventus will appoint Allegri back. That's interesting. I would like to see Allegri back in football. Will they admit that they messed up? Perhaps, because that's just admitting that. I think it probably will happen. It would be very good. Very good to see him back. I don't think there's any other jobs that he could possibly go for. I don't think he'd want to lower himself to Tottenham. No disrespect to Tottenham. So yeah, I think he will probably end up back at Juventus. Spurs will struggle to get a top manager. They are not a attractive club at the moment. Kane will leave this summer. Yeah, I totally understand that. I think Sarri might be someone who's involved, or maybe I think somebody said Roberto Martinez. Be interesting to see which way they go. Or they could go from somebody already in the league. Here's Cash. I want to see the best manager of Tottenham that you can get. Traore's ball in, and it's behind for a goal kick. If you have it all. Leeds next manager will be Pep or Stevie G. I don't think it will be Pep. Maybe Stevie G. What's your top 4 for next season? I think it will be City will be in there, Liverpool will be in there, Chelsea will definitely be in there, and it'll just be one of the other sides. Probably Man United. However, it's far too early to say. Sarri and Martinez are favourites, but honestly, I'd give Howe a call. Be a big move though. I think that's too much of a move. Watkins' shot is saved by Henderson. Another chance for a goal there as we approach the half-time mark. And there we are. It is half-time. Half-time. Stop the timer. There we are. So half-time. Aston Villa 1. Manchester United 0. I think it will be Chelsea, Man City, Man United and Liverpool. There's so much that can change, obviously, particularly with signings and stuff, but I would imagine it probably will be them in that order. However, we wouldn't have had Leicester in there probably. We probably wouldn't have had someone like West Ham in those positions. Could Everton improve under Ancelotti? That's a scenario that could happen. So there is chances of improvement here, there, and everywhere, really, isn't there? There's always that chance of improvement. But it could. It's open. It's open to debate at such an early stage. it just depends how the signings go, for sure. Now, City looked like they might not even qualify for Europe at one point. This title looks gone, and now they're going to win title number 3 out of 4 in the last 4 seasons. So a lot can change very, very, very quickly. Where are you from, Mr. J? Are you from Italy, or are you from America, or here? Let me know. Here, being Britain. Can't wait for summer transfer window where we could buy players on frees and loans, and all these lower league clubs say we're going to be in financial trouble again with millions spending. Yeah, definitely. It's always nice to have the window open. The thing is, Bolton have a lot more money than everyone else in League 2. So they can spend a lot more money. I think that's what people seem to forget. You're a bigger club than them. Hereford can offer, say £500 a week, but a club like Notts County in the league above can probably spend £800 a week. It's just how football works. Sarri to Spurs, Allegri to Juventus, and Rafa Benitez to Arsenal. I see Arsenal, that could be another job. Surely he's getting sacked at the end of the season. There is no way he survives again. It's just how it is. Benitez is a real shout. Sorry, I've missed this one. I wouldn't be surprised if Ancelotti left Everton. He isn't able to get more squad depth. They have no depth. But they improved last season. They probably would sign some better players the season coming. They'll have the fans back as well. So I think I think he will stay. Benitez is a real shout. He wants to manage in the Premier League. Levy, you know what to do. But I'm just not sure about that one. I think I prefer to see Sarri. I think there will be a chance Man United will be docked 12 points because of their fans. So I don't think that will happen. But no, I don't think that will happen because it didn't happen when it happened with Blackpool. Bolton got promoted. Yeah, I was expecting him to, really. Arteta's not getting sacked. Do you not think so? I think he will get sacked. I don't see how you can have that season and survive. I really don't. I really don't see how you can have that terrible season, finish mid-table, not win anything, not be anywhere near anything, and survive. I really can't. Maybe you think you can. I don't know. I just don't think that's something that can happen. It's not something that is usual. My top 6 next season. So you're going for the same 4, and then Tottenham and Leicester. Not really too much difference, really. No one's choosing Arsenal, I noticed. He should, but owners won't sack him. They'll do the cheap option. Why though? They sacked Emery, didn't they? So it's not like they've not sacked anyone. Let me have a look at the Spurs manager odds. Inzaghi's favourite. Simone Inzaghi. Scott Parker. Graham Potter. Antonio Conte. I don't think he'd go there. Yeah, it looks like Simone Inzaghi is favourite, who is manager, I believe, of Lazio. He is manager of Lazio. He's won the Coppa Italia, so he's won a trophy while at Lazio. Last season they finished 4th. This season they're 6th. I don't think that would be a bad move. I don't think anyway. He should. Benitez, Howe, Martin, Sarri. So you wouldn't even consider. Inzaghi someone I've never even thought of. But I don't think that would be a bad move. Someone different. Conte will stay. Enter. Yeah. If he does leave, he's not going back to England. He will go to Juventus or PSG. I don't think PSG will. I think PSG will want to have Pochettino in next season just to try and have a go. Obviously, he's not won a trophy, but I think next season he probably will. It would be disaster for. it would be a disaster for Pochettino not to win anything of note because he has won something, hasn't he, Pochettino, since he's been there, but nothing of note. Simone Inzaghi is brother of Pippo Inzaghi, and he's manager of Lazio. So he won the Trophy de Champions, which is the Community Shield. So no, he hasn't won a proper trophy. That doesn't count. He's got a 69% win ratio at Paris Saint-Germain. He's already lost 7 games, which seems quite high. Who do you think will be Celtic's new manager? I think it will be Eddie Howe, but I would go with Lampard. I think he'd be a good move. I wouldn't go with anyone in Scotland. I think Lampard will go to Celtic or Crystal Palace next. Crystal Palace would be a good one because I think they will get rid of Roy. Not rid of Roy. I think Roy will retire. I think he will retire definitely. I don't think Spurs will appoint him. Surely they have learnt their lesson. What lesson would that be? Because they've gone with experienced manager in Jose Mourinho, didn't work, and then somebody totally not managed at a top level, and that worked quite okay. But no. Anyway, we don't know what Levy's thinking. He's probably not thinking anything, to be fair. He sacked him with no plan. When that's the team's fault for going down to 10 men. Oh, someone, Morgan fan, put on Twitter claiming the league table is lying as they lost all 5 games against top 7 when they got Reds in it. That's strange, isn't it? At the end of the day, you can only play up who you're playing against. I don't know where my phone is. Yeah. Lampard vs Joe would be good. Yeah, it would. It would renew the rivalry. Could you see Mourinho going to any other Premier League club after Roma? No, I really can't. I don't think City would touch him. United wouldn't want him again. Chelsea ended quite sourly. Liverpool wouldn't want him. Arsenal, they probably wouldn't want him. And Tottenham wouldn't want him. And then he wouldn't go to maybe Wolves, because there's that sort of Portugal connection. But besides that, no, I think it's over. Like Serie A, it's very different to the Premier League. Yeah, it is. It is a lot different to the Premier League. No doubt about it. It's a different way of playing, isn't it? There's nothing wrong with how they play the game at all, but it's a different way to how we play it. I wonder who Burnley and Celtic are going to bring in during the transfer window. Who knows? Who knows? It just depends. After Deitch leaves, he'd go to Burnley after Deitch leaves. I don't think he'd go to Burnley. Deitch seems perfectly happy. How long has Deitch been there? He's been there ages. He's been there since 2012. God, that's a long time, isn't it? God, he's been there so long. Right, okay, so Sean Dyche is the longest serving Premier League manager, ahead of 3 years ahead of Jurgen Klopp. It's Pep Guardiola. And then after that is Nuno Espirito Santos, been there for 3 years. So they don't stay long. Simon Weaver has been in charge for 12 years of Harrogate. And then Gareth Ainsworth has been in charge for nearly 9 years at Wickham. And then the newest is Ryan Mason, 19 days. Dyche hasn't signed a new contract with Burnley. Why do you think that is, Major? Why do you think that is? Because that seems quite strange. Half time, St Mirren 0, St Johnstone 0. So that's a game taking place currently in the league which is the FA Scottish Cup. If Mourinho does somehow get another Premier League club, I would love him at City or Arsenal. I think it would be funny how the fans will react. I just don't think it's a total opposite to how they've been operating, City. So I definitely don't think it ever happen. Arsenal is the one where you think, oh, that could happen, I guess. But they didn't like him when he was at Chelsea, did they? Depends what road the new owners want to go on. Yeah, definitely. Never know what happens, particularly when there's new owners, new people involved in the club. But it is just something that happens. Oh. So, any predictions for the second half? We are 45 minutes from seeing Manchester City be crowned champions again. We will not go to Liverpool, though that's one club I can't see him at. No, definitely won't go to Liverpool. Similar sort of situation with City, really. They want a different style of football, and I don't think they'd be that stupid. Because Brendan Rodgers played nice football. Klopp plays nice football. Hope he stays this way. So he wants City to win the title today. 2-1 says Mr. J. The thing is, if it was to remain 1-0, Chelsea could potentially end up finishing second under Tuchel. However, United have the best record in the last 6 games. So we will have to see. There's David Moyes. They really could do with a win today. David Moyes' West Ham taking on Carlo Ancelotti's Everton. Half asleep. Fast asleep. This has been... Oh, I haven't gained any subscribers and I've lost one. Not good. There's Aston Villa's stadium. I guess I used to live quite near there. I've been to Aston Villa a few times. West Ham 2, Everton 1. So you go for West Ham to win. Because if West Ham were to win, that would take them 61. 2 points behind Leicester. We know Leicester have a hard end with Manchester United, Chelsea and Spurs. West Ham is not showing their fixtures for whatever reason. So I'll go to another site to find them. They have West Ham. So they have Brighton. Yeah, Brighton, West Brom, Southampton. So they could potentially pick up 9 points, which would suggest they have a great chance, if they were to beat Everton today, of qualifying for the Champions League. So we will see. Lille are going to win. United to win 2-1. It says Alex, you're going for a turnaround from Solskjaer. Lille are going to win the French league. It's interesting, isn't it? It is going to go down to the wire, probably. PSG need to beat Rennes tonight. And then the games after that, PSG versus Reims. And Reims are struggling. Lille have Saint Etienne, who are mid-table. And then the final games, Brest against PSG and Lille away at Angers. It could well be Lille, which would be a really good to see. Really good to see them win the title. Can't remember a time where Lille have won it before. Did they win it? I don't think they've ever won it in my lifetime. They were quite good at one point in like the like sort of 10 years ago, but I'm not sure. They did win it 2010 11. I thought they did, but they haven't won it since, and that's the only time they've won it since 1954. So it would be quite an achievement. But it's been pretty much PSG since 2012. Second half is underway. There we are. Second half is underway. So we will see how it goes. Will Manchester City finish as Premier League champions by the end of today? Portsmouth have just knocked out of the playoffs on the final day, which means Oxford have finished just inside there. I'm not sure who will go up there. It could go either way. You'd fancy Blackpool because they just finished on the most points. Sunderland have done very well since Lee Johnson has come in, but we will see. Pogba away by Konza. Traore is fouled and it will be a free kick. Luke Shaw with the foul. He's done very well since Mourinho left, and he didn't like him. So second half, Man United have scored 41 goals this season, the most of any Premier League side. Leicester 38, Liverpool and City on 32. They do score late goals. There's Cavani, he's warming up. Could he make the difference? Nice but down to 10. Atalanta are winning 2-0 in their quest to finish in the top 4 in Italy. Here's Target. Target again. Whether it's this season or next season, I can see Lee Johnson providing Sunderland with championship stability. Oh, that was close. Pogba with a shot deflected. Yeah, he could, for sure. I'm not sure he'd take him any further than that, but I definitely think he will get them promoted, whether it's this season or next season. He certainly will at some point. Pogba with a shot blocked by Mings and out for a corner kick. Good start for Manchester United in the second half. I bet you're glad, Jack, that you're not being in the playoffs this season. It will be automatic promotion, which is nice. Nothing worse than playoff heartbreak. One of the worst games I've ever watched was when Hereford lost in the playoffs in 2004. And that was one of my first games I watched, and it still hurts me to this day. So, corner kick. In it comes. Headed, punched away rather. Here's Fred. Paul Pogba's ball in, away by Konza. So Villa Park is one of the stadiums mentioned for potential relocation of the Champions League final. However, it looks like that they're not considering that and will only consider Wembley at 22,500 capacity. Which is interesting. Finishing 4th in League 2 is cursed, so I'm glad we're not. Hopefully Morecambe can do it. I think it'll be tough for whoever goes up to not come back down. 2014 was the last time I think the top 4 got promoted and League 2 got promoted. Interesting. So a while ago for sure. Pogba. And it's poor. I can't remember who that was. Happened the year Hereford got promoted in 2008. Do you know something, Jack, right? Hereford, when they got promoted, finished on 88 points and finished third. Barkley. Ogazi saved. Champions League final would make sense to be in a place like the Midlands as it is in between. King Power would be a good option. Yeah, I think they just want a big stadium so they can get as many people in as possible. I think that's the plan there. Greenwood. Here's Greenwood tries to get through. I remember this day at Burns we needed to win the league and I bet second place 6-0 and beat second place 16-0. Wow, that's crazy. League 2 is generally a league out of it's a league out of Championship League 1 and League 2 that requires least points to go up. Yeah, penalty. Man United have got a penalty. It's a clear foul. It is Douglas Luiz. They're really annoyed at him. He pushed him down. Absolutely no way to... Pogba, he does well, and then he just pushes him down. He goes down very, very easy, but it is a foul. It is a foul. No need to do that at all, Douglas Luiz. Stupid. Stupid from Douglas Luiz. Score or miss? Yeah, score or miss. Put it in the chat. I think he will probably score. It probably will be Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, Bruno Fernandes. Hate it when people go down too easy. Yeah, me too. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, you want to try and win a penalty. Nope. Nope. Yep. Yep. And here he comes. Fernandes scores 1-1. I'm going to pop these up here because that makes more sense. So I can have those. Yeah, 1-1. Good goal. Good penalty. Silly, really. There's no need for him to do that. God, Solskjaer looks like he's aged this season. What a celebration by Mike. Yeah, I went nuts. I went nuts. I don't want to see... I don't want... Here comes Greenwood. And they could turn it round here. Bruno Fernandes looking for Rashford and into the hands there. Yeah, nuts, nuts, nuts. 52 minutes on the clock. Barkley. And they get it away. Man United. Headed on. And now Bruno Fernandes looking for Greenwood and very good defending by Matt Target. Goal. Water Poznan is beating Slask Warclaw. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about, Major. Wan-Bissaka. It's going to be all United, isn't it? And they're going to score a late winner. And they're going to celebrate as if they won the league. I'm sure. Got the Europa League final to think about. Greenwood, brilliant defending by Target. Blocked and will go out for a goal kick. I think Villa are really, really annoyed. There was absolutely no need for him to do that. I bet Dean Smith is really, really angry. Really angry. I would be angry if I was an Aston Villa fan. But he scored and it's 1-1. So I will probably stream some of the games in midweek if I have the chance. Let's have a look at the games. Monday it's Fulham versus Burnley, which is really boring. Tuesday, Southampton versus, I think Man United Leicester, maybe? Maybe that could be one at 6 o'clock, or Southampton versus Crystal Palace, which doesn't sound very good. Traore. And then Wednesday, I'm at work until 8, so I won't be able to do Chelsea versus Arsenal, which is annoying. Thursday, I could do Man United versus Liverpool, or Aston Villa versus Everton, which sounds a bit more me. And then Friday, Newcastle versus Man United, Man City rather. And then Saturday, I'm at work, so I won't be able to do any of those games. And then Sunday, I'm off again, so we'll have a look at those games. Tottenham versus Wolves sounds quite good. And then Monday, 17th, I am not at work. And then Premier League games on the Tuesday, which I am at work for. Chelsea versus Leicester City sounds quite a good game. And then I'll try and do as many games as I can towards the end of the season. But not sure how that will go. Mike, you should check out Twitter account Facts on. Okay, I'll check it out now. So it's called Facts. There's. Oh, Greenwood scored, and that'll probably be that. Greenwood scores. Oh, and that cheap penalty given away by Douglas Luiz, and that is probably what's happened here to really put it into Manchester United's favour. So Wan-Bissaka wins the ball, picks it up, brings it forward, and a nice. He turns Mings Greenwood and puts it into the bottom corner, beating Martinez, and it's 2-1. And I've not changed the score line at all. Good goal, really nice goal. Fair play. Nice goal. Calm down, Mike. Your celebrations are over the top. Yeah, well, you know, it is what it is. Really, really nice goal, Greenwood. Really nice goal. And they go on to 70 points. 10 points behind City with 4 games to play. So if they were to finish the job off, they would be a maximum of 82 points, which means City would have to lose the rest of their games of the season and draw 1 or maybe draw 2. It would be really, really difficult. Manchester United strikes back. Yeah, well, it was a penalty there. There's a battle here. Rashford and Konza. Oh, they're battling up here. Not sure what happened there. I'm not sure. Not sure there's anything happened there of note, but they were arresting each other. It looks like Konza grabbed his shirt at the top, but I don't think he put his arm around his neck. I feel like there's not really anything there. I don't think. Obviously, I might have been mistaken here. I'm thinking I might put the penalty and the goal stuff in sort of the area, so you can tell which who scores which. I thought was pretty interesting. Yeah, penalty Manchester United. There's nothing given, and it will be a corner kick. Rashford does kick out at Konza there. Nothing given, which is interesting. I thought they would have looked at that. Yeah, I did have a look, but it hasn't updated since the 31st of October, so I didn't think it was going to be posting anything new. Maguire's header is just past the post. But I will double check, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's only had 15 tweets and hasn't updated since the 3rd of October, which is weirdly my anniversary. That must be the wrong account. They post every 10 minutes. Yeah, it's got to be, because it's got to be a different account. Here's Ghazi, and it's away from by Pogba and into the stand. Try out a fact. Target Watkins. Fact. Oh, Traore almost gets to second. What score would it be if Bayern Munich played Man United? It would literally depend on so many factors, but you would imagine they would give each other a good game, but it would be too much for Man United just because they are playing. Here we are at fact. I'll give it a follow. Why not? There we are. So corner kick to Aston Villa. There's Maguire smiling about proceedings. Barkley will take. Remember, no Jack Grealish today. Headed away. Handball! Greenwood, nothing given. It certainly struck his hand. But obviously, nothing given. And here's Bruno Fernandes. And this could be wrapped up. But there is Martinez to make it. To keep the scoreline as it is. Nothing given there. VAR is looking it. There was a hand really high. And it did seem to touch it. Whether it's a penalty or not. Is it a clear and obvious error? Got to go. See you, Jack. Thanks much for joining in. Matty Cash. So it could well be a penalty. They're carrying on for the moment. I don't think they're going to give anything, you know. I think they're just going to let it play out. They're still looking at it, he said. Still looking at it. The game still goes on. Can you imagine if United score and then it goes back to a penalty? No penalty. I think that's harsh. I think that's harsh, but it's no surprise, really. I think if... So no penalty for the handball by Greenwood. Pogba. Fernandes plays it out wide. Luke Shaw puts the ball in. Chested down to Martinez. El Ghazi. And Lindelof steps in well. Lindelof still going. Cagliari are beating Benevento. Come on, Nice. Here is Maguire. We still haven't seen that handball. Rashford wide. Corner kick to United. It's handball. It certainly touched his arm. I think it's in an unnatural position. But nothing given. VAR had a good look at it though. Having said that, United would probably scam a United 1-0 win against Bayern. No, I definitely wouldn't. They're not that good. They're not that good at all. But you never know with these games. Fernandes' ball in. Corner kick to United. Oh no, it is out. Oh no, it was. I thought it was. It will be a corner kick to Manchester United. Half an hour to go. And it's currently 2-1 to Manchester United. Just put the music over. So Shaw to take. There's Sean Massey Ellis, who is the assistant referee today. Polish league is boring. Is it? Who's winning the Polish league? So Shaw's ball in. Headed away by Konza. But Bayern will beat them 4-0 if Bayern play at their best. Oh yeah, Bayern play at their best. They're much better than better than Manchester United. However, they are about to bring on Edinson Cavani. Leeds are also on it. That's no surprise. So Cavani coming on. They're just showing the Greenwood goal, who made it 2-1 and put it back into Manchester United's favour. Manchester United will be hoping to get the 3 points here, so they still have a chance of winning the title. Although I would be very surprised if they did win the title. They've lost less games than Manchester City this season, but have drawn double the amount. Juventus and Man United. This season, Juventus would probably lose to Man United, I think. Jacob Ramsey has come on for Douglas Luiz. Who really, you think about it, Douglas Luiz is the reason why they're losing. Because if they wouldn't have given that penalty away, then maybe things would be looking different. Shaw, Pogba, foul by Fred, and it will be a free kick. Juventus haven't been good this season. No, they haven't. They have really, really struggled. But if they were to get into the top 4, that would be a little bit of a saving grace. I feel, anyway. Here is target. That's going to go to the goalkeeper. Here is Henderson. So the game later will be an interesting one. It is between West Ham and Everton. With a win, West Ham would go to 61. If Everton was to win, they would go to 55, having a couple of games in hand, or one game in hand over Tottenham, so could get potentially Europa Conference League. Next season, I think we will bounce back and make it to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Yeah, probably will. Probably will. It seems to be the case with these situations. Referee's got a yellow card in his hand. Be a yellow card. Harry Maguire with the yellow card. Mike, who's your favourite Spanish team? I don't have a favourite Spanish team. I used to have a Barcelona t-shirt, or like a shirt, and I had a Real Madrid shirt, but I also had a Sevilla shirt. So it's not like I typically like just them. So I would say I don't really like any of them. Not I don't really like any of them. I don't have a favourite is what I would say. So it is a corner, free kick rather, to Aston Villa. And it comes from Barkley. And Lindelof heads away. Does he keep that in? He does keep that in, but it comes to Target. Target's ball in. Headed across. And Cavani's just got there. And it will be a corner kick. You can see my favourite Spanish team out of all of them is Real Madrid. What makes you like Real Madrid? Can't see why West Ham can see West Ham just scraping 1-0. It'd be lovely to see West Ham finishing as the top 4, particularly after what happened with the Super League, to see someone who they would never consider in a million years. Which favourite Italian team? Once again, I have one. I did have a shirt of I think I had a Juventus shirt when I was younger, and I had an AC Milan shirt when I was younger, and a Roma shirt when I was younger. So once again, no real. Corner comes in. No one in particular. So when I was younger, I didn't have like the channels to watch the different football. Besides, like I watched the Premier League at my dad's, and that'd be about it. So yeah. Because I don't like Barcelona or Messi, I hate Atletico Madrid's football. Fair enough. Nothing worse than Diego Simeone's football, right? Rashford is hobbling around. Rashford's played in every Premier League match this season, they just said. Why? They got to be careful they don't pick up some injuries at the end. Here is Cavani. Another goal would wrap it up for Manchester United, I feel. It's been ever so quiet in the stream today. I'm not sure if everyone got the notification or whatever, but it is what it is. Fernandes has gone up to 17 goals this season with that penalty kick. 11 assists as well for Fernandes. Man, you are eyeing out Lewandowski. Yeah, I have heard that. I had a Bein shirt as well, I think. Yeah, I did with Ribery on the back. Weirdly enough. Did you know Simeone gets £32 million per season? I did know he was the highest paid in world football in terms of management. Which is quite a lot, isn't it? Pogba. Favourite Scottish team? Once again, I don't have a favourite Scottish team. Man United or Liverpool, who do you prefer? It's a hard one. I prefer Liverpool. Rashford's ball finds Luke Shaw the other side. Luke Shaw plays it to Fernandes, whose shot is blocked. Barkley gets there first. He goes long, looking for Watkins. Finds Watkins. And he loses the ball. Celtic. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have a Celtic or a Rangers shirt or anything like that, so I couldn't possibly say anything like that. My favourite Scottish out of all of them is Rangers, fair enough. I try not to get sort of delved into this situation of who's your favourite Scottish team, because if I say, I remember once I did a stream with Celtic playing Salzburg, I think. Salzburg played absolutely amazing the night, and I had a lot of people in. I think I had like 60 people on average, and yeah, it was very, very tough because there was a lot of Rangers fans in it. Bonus United, of course, that's my favourite side. El Ghazi is fouled by Cavani, who's playing very deep. Favourite German team, quite like Dortmund. I will give you a German team. I've never had a Dortmund shirt though, but I do quite like Dortmund. Because one day if I like grow and whatever, I'd like to have like shirts on the back of the wall. If I had my own space to stream, and I'd have like different ones. Which club is the biggest in each area? Northwest, Manchester United. Northeast, Newcastle. Southwest, don't know. Portsmouth, I would say. No, Southwest is us. Southwest is like Bristol City or Bournemouth. Bristol City probably. Southeast, definitely, yeah, probably Portsmouth. London, Arsenal. Midlands, Villa. Have I missed anywhere? No, I don't think I missed anywhere. I remember that stream. Yeah, it was difficult, wasn't it? Difficult stream. So it is a free kick. Hamilton has won the Spanish Grand Prix, which is probably why Chris isn't watching today. David Coy, thank you much for tuning in. Congratulations on surviving in the championship, David. Hey, Mike Longclaw team, up the Rams and the Hereford. Yeah, Hereford are doing very well. They are in the final of the FA Trophy in a couple of weeks, and I have got the day off, so I will be able to watch Hereford play in that game, which is exciting, isn't it? Exciting, exciting, exciting. There's one matter. Don't see him very often. Showing the penalty. It is a penalty. It is a foul. Silly. London is Chelsea. They overtook Arsenal now. I would say Liverpool is Liverpool. Man United is Man United. Manchester is Manchester United. And Birmingham is Aston Villa. Yeah, I thought North West would be just... sorry, I didn't do East Midlands. Leicester. Hereford will win 23-0. I would take 1-0. I would take 2-0. I would take 3-0. I would take 4-0. And so up to 23. I just want to win. I just want to win, really. Greenwood on the bench there. We'd be interested to see if he's involved.
come the end of the season and in the Euros. Harry Maguire is just coming off. Looks like he's picked up a knock. Will he be replaced? I don't know. I would suggest maybe taking him off if Twanzebe is on the bench. Bailly is on the bench. There's no need to risk him here with all the games taking place. I don't think there's any need whatsoever. Manchester United will be the biggest club in Manchester for a long time to come, no matter what happens, because they have huge fans all over the world. Same, I would take a 1-0, but my team had one shot to 99. I wouldn't care about results, not performances. Yeah, that's it. I care about performances as well, results, but I do want to play well. Here it comes, the free kick. It's Barkley stood over it. And he takes it, and it's crap. Absolutely useless. 15 minutes to go, and it looks like Manchester United will get the win here. Northwest Manchester United, Northeast, yep. Yorkshire, I would go with Leeds over Sheffield Wednesday. West Midlands, Villa. East, Norwich, yep. London, Chelsea. I'd still go with Arsenal. South Coast, Portsmouth. Southwest, Bristol City. Yep, I would agree with all of those. Bonus United didn't get promoted to Scottish League 2. That's disappointing, but still always next season. Major. Maguire is back on, but he's now on the floor, which makes you wonder why he came on at all. He needs to come off. Just bring him off. I don't understand. It's not... He must be injured, Harry Maguire. What's your favourite Portugal team? Once again, I have been to Portugal, but I don't have any of the shirts or anything. I quite like Benfica. I quite watching Benfica and Porto. Yeah, so it will be Eric Bailly coming on. Looks like Solskjaer has put on a little bit of weight. Erfurt will be the biggest in 10 years. Wesley will be coming on. Traore will be coming on. And Keenan Davis will be coming on. Sorry, Traore is on the pitch. He was just in the wrong place. So 2 changes. First off will be Barkley. Minus Benfica. Yeah, Benfica, they have some... They produce some amazing players in Portugal, don't they? And El Ghazi will be coming off as well. So Wesley on, Davis on, Barkley off, and El Ghazi off. So looking to get that equaliser now. Joel has scored in the Portuguese league. Juventus versus AC Milan score prediction later. I think Juventus will win 1-0. So there is Eric Bailly. I remember Hereford winning against Leeds about 12 years ago. 2008, we beat... No, 2009 we beat them at Egg Street in the league, and in 2007, the season before, we beat them at Elland Road in the FA Cup replay. So we beat them a couple of times. Funny feeling 2-1 Juve, but I got a funny feeling we might smash them today like 4-1. Yeah, I just fancy Juve as well, definitely. If you are a fan of any of these teams, let me know. If you haven't already, feel free to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already as well. We are 1 subscriber away from gaining where I was before, really. That'd be quite nice. Yeah, we let them win, football fan. No, we didn't. No, you didn't. Cavani. A third goal would wrap it up. Fernandez. Sorry, I don't know why I call him Fernandez. That's something I've never said before in my life. Scott Fernandez, it's away only as far as Scott McTominay. Wan-Bissaka still yet to be capped for England for some reason. Absolute craziness. Wan-Bissaka, Rashford. And it's poor. He tries to play in Pogba, but Pogba does not read it, and it is 10 minutes to go. If Villa were to equalise, it would be quite an interesting finish, but obviously it would be nice for them to get a draw at least, because they have played pretty well. Target goes along, headed away. Watkins again to Traore. Traore plays it out wide. Matty Cash. Oh, lovely from Matty Cash. Puts the ball in. There's no one really there. Headed away. Pogba heads away again. Wesley. Burnley have been looking at Celtic players. Anyone in particular? Traore heads straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. Because Bruno scores a lot of penalties, so people call him Fernandez. Yeah, I know. I just said it because it was mentioned earlier, but I don't call him that because he's so much more than scoring penalties, isn't he? He's an exceptional football player. Ryan Christie. I think you mentioned that. I think Scotland's a good place to go and get players. They're fairly cheap as well. Watkins. I think they'll be very, very disappointed because I think that without that penalty, I think the game would be a completely different game. McGinn. Ramsey. Yeah, Ryan Christie would be quite a good signing, I think. Who's better right now, City or Chelsea? We'll see, won't we? We'll see at the end of the month for the Champions League final. Traore still going. Cuts it back and Fred will bring it away. Chelsea. I think City are the best side in Europe. Best side in the world, whatever you want to say. Rashford tries to play in Cavani, but McGinn picks it up. St Johnstone are beating St Mirren in the Scottish Cup semi-final. Cash looking for Wesley. Here's Davis. Watkins. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant tackle by Wan-Bissaka. Well done, Joaquin and Davis. They're really battled on. Watching the two games, Chelsea vs City, I think Chelsea are a better team than City, but it's close. Yeah, I can understand that, but I think it will be a different game in the final. We'll see, won't we? Central win the Scottish Cup. That's 2 trophies they won this season. So they won the Scottish League Cup, didn't they? They could do the Cup double. They could end up with more trophies than Rangers, weirdly enough. Wesley does well. Watkins. Cut back. Traore. And it's straight at Henderson, unfortunately. Yeah, he's done well. He's done really well. 2-0 now, St Johnstone. Do you think Man City's squad depth is overrated? Not really, dude. Not really, because they have so many good players. Like, you think about it, it's just they make wholesale changes sometimes. Like, you can't make wholesale changes and then expect the same performance because it just doesn't work like that. They have a very, very good squad, and I think if they didn't have so many games, then it would be wrapped up by now. Victor Orta is already looking at 5 new players for each place on the pitch. That's interesting. My girlfriend's put a bet on, and she's bet for Nice to beat Brest, and Nice have just scored a late winner. I'm a Juventus fan, but I hate Man United a lot because their players get away with a lot. Interesting. Looking for Traore. Can he get there first? No, he can't, but he has won a throw-in. I think sometimes it's overreacting a little bit, but I can understand your point. Nemanja Matic is coming on, who's once described as the signing that was going to win Man United the title, of which they haven't won yet, despite 4 years into his reign as a player. There's no doubt they have a lot of squad depth, but they have the second best team against Leeds, Chelsea twice, and lost all 3 games. Pep needs to be careful. There was no need to play a weaker team yesterday.
Just wanted to rest the players, doesn't he? I think, like I say, wholesale changes, very difficult. 3 or 4, better. And Chelsea are a very, very good side. Very good side. Traore. They will wrap the league up at some point this week. I don't quite like Premier League, 2 Premier League teams, Liverpool and Chelsea. Good sides to like. Chelsea play some nice stuff, and a few years ago, Liverpool were top notch. Not so much anymore. I think they've become very compact and boring to watch a little bit more than they were. They were really exciting to watch because they had no defence. But once Van Dijk came in, they did clear up a little bit. Nervy ending here. Traore wins the ball. Well, Traore's given the ball. Scott McTominay didn't look interested in getting that. He loses the ball though. Brilliant from Fred. However, Bruno Fernandes with the foul there, and it will be a free kick. Man United won't win the rest of the games. The fact they only have they only play 3 games in 5 days, no time to relax. I don't see them beating Leicester and Liverpool for that reason. Will be hard. Yeah, but surely they would play. Nemanja Matic is on and Fernandes is off. The thing is, Jay, there's no reason why they can't play Sunday, Tuesday. It's not a big. There is a little bit of a rest. It's just that Liverpool game will be the killer, I think. I think they will probably beat Leicester. I think it'll be hard against Liverpool. I think that's where it all comes past. Portsmouth bottled it again. There's no other words. They should have beaten Accrington. Accrington have been fairly poor come the end of the season. However, they did pick up some good results. But before that, some draws, including against Portsmouth. And they got a draw against Sunderland, and they got a draw against Charlton as well. So they did pick up some good draws at the end of the season. Scott McTominay. Chelsea women are 3-0 up and are on the verge of a potential Champions League double, as both teams are in the final, in the women's and that. Opinions on Paul Cook, Nick. I think Paul Cook will bring Championship football back to Ipswich. That's just my opinion. Here is Pogba and Edison Cavani calls a handball. I'm sure that was just in a natural position because that's what happens when on the pitch, apparently. You think Leicester bottled it? They did last season and they might have done it. Oh, Rashford's ball in and Edison Cavani has just made it 3-1. Game, set, match. That's it. Over. Brilliant header from Cavani. What a brilliant signing he has been. Absolutely fantastic signing. He has scored so many important goals for Manchester United. He's been absolutely fantastic and he's a brilliant signing. Nick, how has down League One? Yeah, at the end, let's come back to Leicester. Leicester need to win against Manchester United or Chelsea. I think it will be tough for Leicester. But at the end of the day, they've been playing sides down the bottom and struggling, so maybe they'll feel better playing someone else. I don't think Man United are that good. I just think they've got away with a lot this season. They're lucky to be second, but no one's been anywhere near them. Hi mate, hope you're well. Hi Chris, thanks for tuning in. I thought you were doing talking about F1. Fine Rich, we can still beat you last time. You can't win at Portman Road. I don't think he cares. Ipswich went from 100 million debt into 400,000. How did that happen, Nick? Was that a takeover? I think Chelsea and City are much better than Man United. Definitely, however, over the season, Watkins is fouled! Penalty! Oh no, he's giving it the other way. It's a second bookable offence. Ollie Watkins has got sent off because he got booked earlier, didn't he? He got booked earlier. It's a red card. Red card. Red card for Ollie Watkins, and it is down to 10 men. Ollie Watkins sent off. He's just having a chat with Dean Henderson. I don't think that's a sending off. I don't think that's a sending off. But, yeah, it is what it is. There we are. Sent off. There we are, and then that's going to be that. Looked like it was a clear penalty, but obviously the ref really, really clear. And we've got a few more minutes to go. It's a shame. It is a shame, isn't it? I'm just not sure that's a dive. I think that's what I'm struggling with. I'm not sure that's a clear and obvious dive. And you see some, and it's a dive, and they don't book them. So I'm not sure it was a dive. I'm really, really not. Not for me anyway. But obviously the ref knows best. Atalanta have won 5-2 at Parma to take one step towards securing Champions League football next season. Montpellier are now 3-2 ahead against Strasbourg, who have just got one back. Scott McTominay. How to look a prat in front of England manager by Ollie Watkins? I mean, I wouldn't go. I don't think so. Maybe he forgot he was on a booking, because I sat. The commentator did, but I knew he'd been booked. This season, United will get second, but next season they will be fighting for fourth. Right. And Liverpool and Spurs and Leicester and Man City will be fighting out for the top four with Chelsea. Yeah, I don't think with them, City and Chelsea, yeah, I can certainly see them two doing, but I think Liverpool will improve though. That's my only recollection there. United, they need to have a good summer, I think. They could push further again. Scott McTominay. Tenbury Wells Martin. It's weird. Used to live near Tenbury Wells in Worcestershire. Element of doubt, so you can't send him off. Has to be clear and obvious, and it wasn't. That's weird. Someone from Tenbury. That's so weird. But I know where Tenbury is exactly. They just built a Tesco. Google Drogba coming to Ipswich. Okay. Drogba. Ipswich. Alright, he just joked about it. Because Drogba's like retired, isn't he? He retired a while ago. Save Myanmar. What's happening in Myanmar? Nanlin? I've not heard anything about Myanmar. What's going on with Myanmar? Calgary are now 3-1 up against Benevento. João Pedro with the goal. We've got 6 added minutes. We are into the second minute. Ball comes in from Manchester United, headed away by Matty Cash. It's funny how last year red teams dominated in football, but now blue teams are. Yeah, a little bit. It's usually red and blue, isn't it? When was the last time a red and blue side didn't win it? Red or blue? Because it was Leeds in '92. Because even Blackburn playing. I'm not being an idiot, am I? Because Blackburn playing blue and white. But I can understand your point. Obviously, it's a blue and black for Serie A, but Bundesliga would still be red. Lille play in red and blue, don't they? Do Lille play? No, they play in just red. Just red and blue, but mainly red. So, City. It would have been a white team. Yeah, Leeds. I think. Ooh. McTominay caught, but nothing given. They are going to look for Wesley, but that's no good at all. St Mirren have pulled one back against St Johnstone in the Scottish Cup semi-final. McTominay. So I'm sure Man United will celebrate as if they won the World Cup when they win the Europa League. But I suppose it's his first trophy. I'm sure Solskjaer will be happy, but it's not a big deal if they win it or not, is it? I guess it's one of those things. When's your next watch along? I don't really know because the games are so poor this week, and the only good game that I want to do, I'm working. So I don't know, Chris. Is the right answer there? I don't know. However, I'm sure it will be up before. Maybe Tuesday, Leicester versus Man United. Here is Bertrand Traore. Imagine next few years, Spurs win the Premier League, Real Madrid win the La Liga, Juventus win Serie A, and Lyon win. Could happen. Who scored the third for the away team? I haven't been watching. Edison Cavani. Back again. I think I was tuning back in. Callum. Here is Cavani. All teams in white dominating football. That would require Spurs to actually win the title, which is quite hard, isn't it? I was literally thinking the same thing. Leeds, white and blue and yellow. They play in white though, don't they, at home? Because it's a similar situation to Luton, because Luton play in white. Used to play in white, but now they play in orange again. Yeah, I can't see Spurs dominating football, but Manchester United are going to win this game and head in to a very, very tough week, but will do with 3 points in the bag. So they will be very, very pleased with those 3 points. And they have Leicester Tuesday, Liverpool Thursday. And then I can't see them here. They play Fulham Tuesday. There we are, full time. It has finished. Villa 1, Manchester United 3. Traore opened the scoring with a lovely, lovely finish after 24 minutes. And that is how it went on until the break. Just after the second half, Douglas Luiz fouls Paul Pogba and who else but Fernandes to make it 1-1. A few minutes later, Greenwood with a great strike from outside the box to make it 2-1. And then towards the end, Cavani made it 3-1 with a header. And then a few minutes later, Watkins was sent off for a second bookable offence for diving. Very, very, very disappointing for Aston Villa there, and Manchester United will not be handing the title today to City rivals Manchester City. Manchester United this season, other than a few losses, they are good at getting results, as much as I don't want to admit it. They have done really well, haven't they? They've constantly, particularly away from home, gone behind and got the result, and that is a really, really, really good trait to have. However, a better trait would be not to go behind in the first place. Major, thank you much for tuning in, and Mr. J, thank you much for tuning in. If any of you did enjoy it and you are just watching, you haven't already, feel free to hit the subscribe button. Thanks so much for watching. Leave a like on the way out if you have enjoyed. I will be live again this week at some point. Thanks so much for tuning in. Chris, Ballum, thanks so much for tuning in. Major, Mr. J, thanks so much for tuning in. Rich, thanks so much for tuning in. Callum, thanks so much for tuning in as well. Tenbury Wells, Martin, Nanglin, thanks so much for tuning in as well. Nick, thanks so much for tuning in. And everyone else who, Alex as well. Thanks so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And I hope you can see me all again very, very, very soon. I don't think United are good. I think they're no different to Spurs. I think they're better than Spurs, dude. Thanks so much for tuning in, Alex. And I'll see you all again.